Welcome to the Phantastic Theater. I'm Doctor Kaufman, founder and artistic director. This is Sophia Rose Kaufman, co-director and young artist. Welcome to Highlights from the Phantastic Theater Halloween edition, October 31st, 2021. Held at and hosted by the Mark O'Donnell Theater. You will see and hear that the Phantastic Theater, while being a highly entertaining concert event, is infused with educational content and the work of impressive teaching artists. First, Dr. Kaufman and Sophia introduce the concert. Then there is a screening of The Talisman of Ahaukin, a Halloween parable.
Welcome to the Phantastic Theater production, The Talisman of Ahaukin. Story, music, and art by Doctor Kaufman. Starring Sophia Rose Kaufman as Rosita Alvarado and Mary Claire Sherbo as Maria. Our story begins. Sit back, relax, and think. Think about your dreams. You have dreams, do you not? For most of us, our days are filled with lighter and happier times. But at night, when we sleep and we dream, it is then that nightmare strikes, where the dark things roam, where fear and horror rule your reality. As Maria recovered, Rosita went, with the speed of thought, to the ancient powers of humankind. The mist turned from one of poison to one of healing. Throughout the world, those of shadow who were true friends of Earth became people once again. Rosita was happy. She worked again with Maria in the garden. So, through the power and wisdom of the ancient indigenous tribes and the bravery of Rosita, the world was saved, and humankind had a second chance. As her great-grandfather of hundreds of years had said, Rosita lived a long and happy life. But every night when she slept and dreamed, her spirit returned to Blood Island and stood in the waves, waiting for her turn to guard in the inner chamber of the Dark Revenge, the Talisman of Ahaukin.
Following this, Dance Wave performed. Youth Program Director Phoebe Ballard first spoke about the Dance Wave program. Here is their full performance. Then I introduced Professor Grow, a teaching artist, composer, and violist who lives in Australia, and played a short film of his music about spiders. He also explains what might inspire a composer's imagination to create a piece of music.
I've written a number of pieces about animals. I like doing that. Animals have interesting character and behavior that can be expressed in musical terms. And the first piece I did like that is a little suite called Three Arachnids. I got the idea when I was practicing one day, and I got a sudden fright when I thought I saw a giant spider on the wall out of the corner of my eye. And it turned out to be the shadow of my left hand on my viola. But that image of the giant spider crawling around in my viola stuck in my head, and I came up with music that for Three Arachnids.
After Professor Grow, guest artist violinist Gregor Kitsis spoke about how he became interested in music and demonstrated how the violin can create different sounds and feelings.
Music begins where words leave off. If we could just say what we wanted to say, we wouldn't need music. But, so then I thought, what about this? That feels pretty different. But what if I want to feel even more than that? What about all the notes that exist in between those notes?
Then he performed a work by composer Linda A. Marcel titled Anjana, about fairies and imaginative creatures. A full performance film of Gregor's performance of Anjana is on this channel. You are invited to listen to it. And finally, Dr. Kaufman's adaptation of composer Donald Erb's imaginative work, Souvenir. It begins with an introduction by Sophia Rose Kaufman of the wizard Zhuzhush, here personified by world-renowned flutist-composer Robert Dick. The wizard conjures a mighty spell and the room comes to life. All the while, the audience is ingesting a highly accomplished work of classical electronic music.
The wizard Zhuzhush.